Welcome back to the channel, and on this episode I am going to talk to you about my design for the 2021 National Convention of Kappa Kappa Psi and Tau Beta Sigma. Now for 2021, my 2021 logo is very different than the other logos that I've done for national conventions, because for this one I kind of went with more of a minimalistic approach and a different type of logo design. This summer I got to see a lot of the things that I did for the national convention see real life, including this shirt, the official convention shirt with the two types of logo on the front and back. But yeah, let's get into my thought process of designing this. My inspiration, other than music of course, my inspiration was the public sculpture in the Calder Plaza of Grand Rapids. With each convention, as I've said before, I like to design something that relates to the locale. This was such an iconic image that I had to attempt to do something that was referencing it. But before I did, I actually went through some other ideas, maybe doing something with the DeVos Center itself, maybe doing something with the bridge, the Blue Bridge of Grand Rapids, but ultimately I decided on the public sculpture in Calder Plaza, which I believe is the Grand Vitis, probably saying that last word wrong. So with using the sculpture as a inspiration, there are many different ways I wanted to go, and there are many different ways that I could have made that possible. So first, I used some simple shapes to kind of explore how I could represent this, because I couldn't do it exactly the way the sculpture is because of the dimensions of it and how unique it is. So basically, I did my best to kind of approximate, so if you're an eagle eye, you know exactly what I was referencing, but then also figure out how I can incorporate the musical staff as well. The great thing about the musical staff and putting that into all designs is, as long as you have 5 lines and 4 spaces, you got the reference. Once I kind of got it the way I wanted to and did a lot of exploring on how I could interpret it, then I went and decided, okay, let's see how I can use this for the logo itself. So as you'll notice, there's the main logo with the representation of the sculpture up top with the 5 lines 4 spaces kind of pattern with the middle one, and then doing the Kappa Kappa Psi Tau Beta Sigma and putting the text there with the location Grand Rapids below. Now of course, in creating stuff for any kind of event, you want to create multiple assets that you can use in certain situations. So there's a logo that I can use as a square. I can use the imagery by itself. I can make a long version of it, and also have the 21. The year version, actually, if you look really close at that 2 is actually a bass clef. And I had the sculpture, the image, the icon in the background with the 2 crests of the organizations on either side. Now, I also wanted to create a secondary logo that kind of highlighted the brand as far as the theme as well as the locale itself. Now, the motto for Grand Rapids is strength in activity. So I went with strength in the art of bands. One, because it relates to the motto of the city, but then also the art of bands relates to how I thought I could possibly market the national convention. And so then that kind of informed the pieces. Now with the pieces I made for social media, I had frames with pictures and with the color scheme. So I had a whole idea to integrate the theme with not only the materials that I'd be making, but the social media graphics that I'd be using. Now, with any national convention, I have to come up with things that are more than just the logo. So with the national convention, every national convention has the National Intercollegiate Band do a concert. So the NIB logo itself was done before I got this job. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But so all I do every 2 years is kind of change the color scheme so the color scheme matches the National Convention branding, or I might put a little spice on it depending on what the locale is. So with that, on that Tuesday night, the first night of full convention, I will go ahead and create the NIB concert program. So the NIB concert program, as well as the participants guide for the entire convention, are a couple of the print projects that I have to do for every national convention. Things like this, and t-shirt, things like that, and also any kind of signage that we might have used. All of that has to work together, and I think it worked really, really well. So with every national convention, there's a lot of thought that goes into how I want things to be presented, because when people go to a national convention, I want them to feel like they are experiencing something and get some tangible items that they can remember this time. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you like these breakdowns of convention logos? Do you like, what do you think of things? And should I, maybe do this more regularly and take you through my mindset as far as like how I create certain things? Remember, as you go along in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See you next time.